What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back with another video on the channel. Today we've got some arroz con pollo, chicken and rice. Real easy to make. Let me take you through the steps. It looks and smells so good, by the way, so I'm ready. If you hear the drool in the background, I apologize. But let's get into it. Let's start off with the chicken. We have got our trimmed, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We season them up. A little bit of a change up to the usual suspects. Yes, we did use the garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, baking powder, but I found some Tony Chachere's, and I like their seasoning. I mean, who the hell doesn't? But I found the spice and herb mix, so I used that on there as well. I wanted to give it a little bit of a different flavor to it. It says it's great for blackening, and you can kind of tell because this chicken has a little bit of a difference in the char on the top, and it just, there's the drool, smells delicious. So 350, 30 minutes in the air fryer. Use the Big Boss this time, a little bit of a change up. And then we have our rice. Started off with 1 tablespoon of olive oil, our peppers, our onions, mixed bell peppers, diced, chopped up. Let that garlic get in there. Make sure the pan's not turned up too high. You don't want to burn the garlic when you're making this specifically. And then we added our peppers and onions to that. Let that cook down to our desired, I don't even know what you call that. After that, we added our washed rice, 350 grams of jasmine rice that we rinsed off. Added that, let that cook, and we toasted it just a little bit. I like to let it cook just a little before I actually add the next step, chicken stock, to that. So we have our stock we added enough to that. Then we let that cook and simmer with no cover on it for about 7 minutes on a medium boil. I'm drooling again. After that, we added our lid to it. We turned the pan down for another about 22 minutes. It was supposed to be 20, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I let it run for another 2. So that is what it came out. We plated that up. We got our new plate. It looks nice and with our chicken and our rice. Add a little bit of parsley for color on top, and that is what we have today. Does that look good or no? Because it looks really good to me. You can hear me drooling over and over again. That's not cap. Whew. Okay. Should we start with the rice? I feel like we should start with the rice today. I always start with the chicken. Y'all know the chicken vibes already. Oh, that's a lot of steam. Okay, let's burn our mouth, of course. Don't care. Let's come in here. Look at that steam. Y'all already know I'm about to get the when you eat something that's too hot, but when we move, I gotta try this. Holy shit, that's good. That first bite is different. Oh man, okay. Oh, that's delicious. Let's get this one right here. All right, you see that pepper right there? I swear. All right, let's get one of these chickens. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all hear the juice? Did you hear the... That's not cap. Look at this. Oh. That's not cap. This bite right here looks extra special. Let me get this one. Did y'all hear that? Y'all gotta come get this. Here. For you. There you go. That's the flavor, man. I didn't mention this, but now that I'm thinking about it, I can taste a little bit. I use low sodium adobo. Also, when I season the peppers and onions, but I didn't mention it because I'm stupid. Adobo. And just salt and pepper because the other stuff was already in there. Man, whoo, sheesh. Don't drop that. That is really good. Do you like my plate? What do you think? Plate looks special, right? IKEA. Oh, that is just, damn, that's good. Y'all should come get this for real. But it's so easy to make. You know, I usually use the rice steamer unless I'm making like rice like this. Then I'll take a little bit of extra to use the pot. The only things you have to remember when you're making rice in a pan or a pot, for people who are like a little skeptical, because some people use the steamer because it's very easy. You add the water and it does it for you. 2 biggest things, and the steamer does the same exact thing, but if you ever feel like doing it manually, okay. Number 1, make sure you get the right amount of liquid. Everybody says the rule of thumb is a 2-to-1 ratio. I use the grandma version. You want about a hand extra of water on the top. Just use a 2-to-1 ratio. If you have 1 cup of rice, use 2 cups of water. Don't. That's more of the advanced skill. Like, that's the grandma. You use it's the hand. I don't know. Listen. Oh my. And number 2, once you cover your rice, do not touch it. It's too late. Don't touch it. Don't let escape. Leave the lid closed. Use a glass lid. It's a little easier. You can see in there. Man. Yeah, I would serve this at a restaurant. A little fancy and shit, no? I don't even know how I learned how to make this, to be honest. This is a freestyle. As you know, I always say that, but it is. Because Thanksgiving coming next week, I have a couple of perishable items. One being the chicken. And I also had a couple of bell peppers and the onion I had to get rid of before next week. Because I don't know what the hell's going to happen next week. I know I'll be eating with my family at one point. I'll be doing something Thanksgiving themed. I'll probably bring some food. Do a video, let y'all see. You know, you know there's going to be a lot of mac and cheese involved with me. I've been talking about my family's mac and cheese for God knows how long. Which means this might just be mac and cheese. Thanksgiving for me is I just like getting together and you know, getting my family's food because I don't get to eat it that much. You know, I'm doing this obviously. I mean, I don't think my family would kick me out if I just ran up in the crib. I don't think they would, but you know, with this food kind of stuff, I should start doing that. Like, Mom, would you cook? Call her up and then just kind of like roll through and just take some food. I mean, I do take stuff from my family's house, not gonna lie. But usually it's uncooked items. You know, I don't know why. I don't know why I do it. I still do it though. My mom just laughs at me. She's cool about it. I take like paper towel and shit. So sometimes I don't feel like going to the store, so I go over there, you know. I take dumb stuff. A can of tuna. I wish I was kidding too. You know what it is too? I know they be watching, bro. They'll be eating damn food. That's what it is. You know? Every time I go over there, there's more stuff, and the old stuff is behind the new stuff. So I'm really doing them a service because I'm allowing them to keep the circle of life going. Just listen to this. You can do all the stuff in the oven too, the chicken. I like the ease of use of the air fryer. I feel like it's less to clean up. And I like the way it cooks a little better than the oven. I've gotten in a few debates with people about, they say, isn't an air fryer just an oven? And the answer is yes, it is. But what an air fryer is a convection oven. Most people don't have convection ovens. You have the conventional oven that the heat comes from the bottom. With an air fryer, the heat circulates. It allows for a better cook, in my opinion. You know, if you have a convection oven in your house, I'm coming over. The one I don't like though, and I know some of y'all got this. I had them in college the whole time. I can't stand them. I don't know why either, because they do cook your food, but I don't like it. It's a weird thing. It's like, I guess I'm a grumpy old man. I don't like electric stoves. Like, I had the option when I moved in to pick a stove. And I remember going through and I'm like, no, I don't want that electric, no. It's like propane grills. Like, they're alright, you know? But like the charcoal gives it the flavor. That's not the only flavor it should have, by the way. Oh, here comes story time. Okay. This was culture shock number 757 billion when I got out to the Midwest. I've touched on stuff like this, but I couldn't believe my eyes, my mouth, my ears, really anything that could taste, touch, smell, whatever. Just like most people, one of the most popular things to do in the state of Iowa, because there's absolutely nothing to do, is what they call, and this is obviously just vernacular, regional dialect, grilling out. And it sounds exactly like what it is. Barbecue, you can call it a cookout, whatever you want. But in the state of Iowa, what everybody does in the summer is they just sit the hell outside and they get a bunch of beer and they get a grill and they cook stuff. That's it. Sounds like everywhere else, which is true. So, in college, the whole football team, for the most part, stays over the summer. And there are some students, but not much, in summer classes. But because leases, for the most part, are usually year-round, some people stay. And we all live in different apartment complexes. And the apartment complex that I lived in particular had a pool. So it was popular for people to all come. No matter, even if you didn't live there, people still came. And, people would bring their own grills. Some people would do, if you hear me, it's because I'm trying and I'm like, nah, forget it. I'm going to say it. You know how you go to them barbecue places or you go to like a camp site or, doesn't matter. But you know how they have that grill that's already there? Like it's there and just be sitting out all year round and the snow on it and they don't ever cover it and the people don't even wash it. And has anybody used that grill? Like, I would rather cook something on the concrete than use that grill. I ain't using it. But, bless their hearts, there were some students that did. And, I don't know, I couldn't eat off that. But other people, because people are real nice out there. I never really had an issue with many people. Someone, but for the most part, even just the regular students were nice. And you know how people get when they start drinking beer. Everybody's your friend, everybody's your pal, everybody's your buddy. So we're all out by the pool, and there's some guys out there, nice guys, right? And they're like, "Hey, have a beer, dude." And I can vibe with that. Like, as long as people are friendly and they ain't trying to cause no problems, like, I'll go say what's up and come talk humor. Like, I like those kind of people, as long as everybody's just chill. So they were chill. Have a beer, dude. So I said, okay, I'm gonna have a beer, dude. I'm not really a beer guy, but in Iowa, beer is like next to water as far as things drunk, and Mountain Dew. So I'm going to go over there and I'm talking to him and they're like, oh, we're about to grill out. And had some bratwurst. Bratwurst are very popular in the Midwest. Like beer brats. Wisconsin's right there and there's the bratwurst capital of the world. They all talk about whatever. Anyway, another guy, he's about to grill some chicken. Yeah, so I was like, oh, cool, I love chicken, whatever. And this is where culture shock came in. Because I just didn't know people did this. So, my man, he was like around, he started cooking, and he opened up his cooler, and he took out of the big pack, the pack you buy from the store, the chicken, chicken breast. 4 big chicken breasts. And I'm waiting, because like, in barbecues that I've been to growing up, for like, people have this stuff is prepped, like, they cleaned it, they seasoned it, it's already, if that's the case, or they got like a table and a station out there. If you go to tailgates, they be having a whole station out there, everybody think they're chefs. College age people aren't necessarily the best cooks, but still. So he took the chicken, he took it out of the package, and he put it on the grill. Now I didn't want to say anything. But I had a couple of beers. So I felt behooved. Compelled. I said, you missed a couple of steps there. I swear to God I said that. I was like, you missed a couple of steps there. He was like, what do you mean? Clueless. I said, you're not going to like season it? Like maybe like clean it and trim it or something? He said, "No, no, these are already done. He took it off the bone." Oh shit. All right. Want to see him season it? A little salt, pepper, anything? Yeah. I didn't even try to get to the other seasonings. Salt, pepper, anything? He said, "No, the grill provides the taste." So then he proceeded to cook it. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes on each side. He took it off the grill, put it on a plate, and he ate it. Am I weird? Am I weird? Am I weird? I didn't know people just took chicken out of the packet and just ate it. And I watched this happen over the course of a summer with multiple people. So I said, I'm weird. I figured you could at least get like the packages that you, because some of the stuff you get, if you buy chicken at the store, some of the stuff already comes seasoned. In my house, we would still season it, but it comes seasoned. Nah, plain chicken breast, right out of the pack, and ate it. Not even like ketchup. I don't even like ketchup, but like something. Now, I'm not a condiment type of person. Obviously, I feel like if you cook some food and you season it well and you cook it well, it's delicious. If you season it well. That was the first. I never saw that. It was a different world out there though, man. Two things that I got used to real quick. Lots of Mountain Dew. Lots of Mountain Dew. But I never drank Mountain Dew. I just like, they inhale Mountain Dew. It's like everybody's favorite drink is Mountain Dew. From my coaches, to the teachers, to the students, to Mountain Dew. And spit bottles. They would drink the Mountain Dew, and then they would get a bottle, and they drink it out of, and then reach in their back pocket, chewing tobacco. And they sit in the back of a class, function, didn't matter. And they'd be boom, 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 boom. That's all you hear. And they walk around. I wasn't ready for that. I never even saw that shit. I was like, what is that? The only time I saw it was in the movie Sandlot. And they all threw up in the Sandlot. If you don't know Sandlot, you're probably born after 2000. Let's go watch it. It was definitely like, I always talk about it because for me, like, I'm Jersey through and through. I was born here. I lived here my whole life. When I graduated high school, I went to college. Through grad school, so I was gone for like 5 years. And I came right back to Jersey. This is home for me. But I'm so glad I did it because it opened my eyes to the fact that I feel like when people live in one place forever, they don't realize how much of a vacuum you're in. When you only live, like say you're from Florida and you've only lived in Florida, you don't really realize how different it is in, Illinois, Maine, Arizona, New Jersey. You know, the internet has made it a little different, but I think, and I'm just not going to have the internet in college. You get what I'm saying though. Like, you know what it's like when you see it. So if I see California, I know they put flaming hot Cheetos on everything and avocados. I'm just playing. But I'm really not playing. But that's not it. But you know what I'm saying. But how different it is. And I think it's like something to be said. I like that little piece right there, a little pepper. Is not like a stem from a pepper. It's so much different living in it. I never in a million years thought I would ever go to the state of Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, you know, South Dakota, North Dakota, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska. I never thought I'd be out there. And sometimes it's like, I'm so glad I did it because you experience that difference. And then you come back and I think you appreciate where you're from even more when you move. You know. I've always loved New Jersey. You know, other people are like, oh, you're from New Jersey? And shit. Okay. But for me, it's the best place to live in the country. I'm not gonna argue that sentiment with you. Where you're from, to you, is probably the best place you live in the country. At least I hope it is. But for me, you know, we've got every kind of climate in one state, and one of the greatest cities in the world, where I live, you know, is 10 miles away. You're an hour drive from the mountains, from camping. If you like the outdoors, you can go, you know. Like the mountain, like people might not realize it because obviously New Jersey's small, but the Poconos, the mountains, you know, the Appalachian, like, they're not that far. You want to go to the beach? An hour away from me. 45 minutes. You want the city life? 10 minutes away. You want the suburbs life? I'm in it. And believe it or not, if I drive about 45 minutes west towards Pennsylvania, it looks like Iowa. Very pickup truck, you know, that kind of vibe. And there's a country music concert star around me. I never listened to country music in my life. I didn't even know country music was really popping in New Jersey, but I knew all the songs by the time I got back from Iowa. Like, I knew it was popular, but where I live, no one listens to country music. No one that I know listens to country music. There are some people, but I don't really know them. You get what I'm saying? But when I got out there, that was like the music. Like, there was like 10 country music stations. There's not one rap station. Not one. Not one. That's when I stopped listening to radio. I was, you know, iTunes. That's it. And my first week there, a lot of kids on the team will get jobs at functions around campus, like doing like event staff, you know, like when there's concerts, comedy shows, stuff like that. And I had never witnessed country stuff. First week or so I was there, I got a job, event staff. And I said, you're working Kenny Chesney. I've never heard one Kenny Chesney song in my life. Not at this point. And our stadium at my school is a dome. So, it was like January, cold. And I remember standing outside and freezing cold. The Midwest is a different level of cold compared to here. And I remember my welcome to Iowa moment was exactly at that point. I looked out into the parking lot because we had to start letting people in. I've never seen so many cowboy hats in unison in my life. It was like March of the Cowboy Hats. It was just like 10,000 hats. Like, I've never even seen a cowboy hat in real life. I didn't know people really dressed like that. You know, with the you know, I'm talking about the gear. That shit. They be having a little fit. You know what I'm talking about, like the fit. You know what I'm talking about, the country fit. like the flannel with the mean buckle. You know what I'm talking about, the mean buckle. Like it'd be like the buckle like this big, like a cattle head on it, right? Big old silver belt with the leather strap, buckle about this big, with the mean tuck all the way around, be tucked all the way in, and them tight jeans and the boots. You know, I'm talking about the fit. That's that fit. The little do-si-do. I've never seen no shit like that, man. I was like, where am I? I said it out loud. I said, where am I? And one of my teammates was from Iowa. He was working the door with me. Because there's a bunch of doors, so we, he just started laughing. He didn't know what to say. I said, what is this, bro? Here I am, this kid from Jersey. I'd never seen nothing like that. But they be getting into it. All these pickup trucks and that's why I never liked country music, and I still don't. But I dug the fact that they were like passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many times I'll be in a car with one of my teammates on the way somewhere, like a function, whatever, or different friends of women, whatever, and they would be like, "Oh no, you're gonna like this song." They put it on. I'll just be looking at them like, "Why are you playing this?" And that was the best part. And always be the dude like, You know what I'm talking about, man. Right? They got that little thing in their voice, the twang, like, I'm like, what the fuck are you playing in my car? Nah, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all laughing because y'all know that little voice. Every song seemed to be about a truck, a tractor, a woman, some alcohol. And like you could just fucking mix and match that. Somewhere in there, it was one of them four. Sometimes all four. Remember, there was one specific song. They would always play it at the bar, and it was called "I Love This Bar," and that was a whole song about it. They were just talking about he just liked me at the damn bar. Well, great. Hey, and they sing along to it. They'd be holding up Budweiser tall boys, right? He'd be man. Be singing, talking about, hey, sing. I'm fucking sing. I'm going home. Alright. That was the life, man. Cowboy hats. Lots of pickup trucks. Everybody had a pickup truck. And a lot of the guys dressed like Brett Favre. You know Brett Favre? Quarterback? Like Wranglers and shit. I'm cracking myself up. You know what I'm saying, though? Like Wranglers, like the dungaree joints, like the straight, like, with like the big boots. Not cowboy boots, just like these big bulky ass boots. I don't know what the hell they're for. No. And a hat that looked like they was like, because where I'm from, especially back then, because I was trying to actually like dress. Now we're the same hat all the time, good shit. But back then, I was fitted. I had like multiple hats, always fresh hats, like fresh, like popping tags. The hat looked like they like threw it in the dirt and was like, I don't want this hat, and was just beating the hell out of it for like a month. Like the brim would be like frayed, and like half the hat brim was off, and it'd just be like dirty. Amazing. They were cool though, man. I just wasn't used to it, And then go outside with a John Deere shirt and cook some chicken with no seasoning. Yeah. John Deere out there was like, if you went to my school, there was a very high probability that you were either going to be a teacher or you were going to work for John Deere. Like here, it's the equivalent of like construction stuff. Like in New Jersey, construction industry, because of like, it's obviously like concrete jungle, contractors, people who building highways, houses, shit like that. That's the big industry that a lot of people get into. A lot of construction workers, Out there, it's more of the farm-driven stuff. So John Deere, but then they had like the corporate because they work for like the building, and you know what I'm saying? So that was it. But like real talk, I liked it out there. It wasn't home, but I got used to it, and I thought it was cool. Like some of the shit, I couldn't deal with the unseasoned food, but the people were relatively nice all the time. And you know, it was really cold too, like freezing cold. Like it gets cold here, you know. When it gets like 20 degrees here, it's freezing. Out there, it's like -6 without the wind chill. Freezing and just mad snow. Like I'm not, but I think one of the best things that a person could do if you're gonna go away to college and you can swing it, don't go close to home. Like go and experience some stuff, and it helps you grow up a little more. You know, like I couldn't go do my laundry on the weekends. Like most of my friends, because like New Jersey for the most part, like if you don't go to Rutgers, like there's a very high probability you're commuting to school. Most of my friends commuted to school. You know, they drove every day like it was high school again. And like, I feel like because of that, you're still eating your mom's food and shit, like by the time you're like 21. And there's nothing wrong with that, but what forced me to learn how to do all the shit and become domesticated and cook and clean my house and, you know, my laundry, go grocery shopping, like all that stuff I had to do myself. Like if you stay home for college, you don't have to do that stuff. Like you can, but you have a crutch. Like for me, if I didn't do my laundry, it was just gonna sit there. Ain't nobody do my laundry. So if you're watching this and you haven't gone away to school yet and you think about going to college, if you can swing it, like don't do it if you're gonna, you know, take out a huge loan. Don't do that. But if you can swing it and you're thinking about college, like I would suggest that you go away. Like that was for me, like the memories and the shit like that. Like I think it's just a better idea. And most of my friends that didn't go away, when I came home every time, they were like, man, I wish we would have went away to school. You know, but that's it. Look at this. Whew, that was fire. Let me tell you. Make this. And it's like healthy and shit. You know all that stuff? I'll be doing healthy stuff. But anyway, tomorrow, it's Friday, right? 75% chances unfiltered. I don't know with him, but I should be here either way. You know I love y'all. So we back tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.